So what's your podcast about?
Okay, this is making me feel really uncomfortable. Not like it.
It's like amplified
Is my mic
drama.
Okay. Well then, let's go. To use me, and it's like, we have to get, it's a whole dynamic now.
Dating is so hard.
It is the worst.
Hate dating.
For me.
I joined.
It's the worst.
I'm aging myself again. I joined Facebook dating because it was like already there, and
Is that better? Because I have
no,
that.
I had like 40 open conversations. I went on one date. It was miserable.
The date was miserable, or the app was
The
miserable?
date wasn't good either. I think like I went in with like too much confidence. Honestly, which like is new for me. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna ask me questions about me, or we're gonna look at each other, like, and because I'm not like direct now. I'm just like, what are we?
How was
it?
Was it like, because I get worried that it's gonna be like an interview?
No, so we were gonna go. Actually, we were gonna go on a second date, and I was like, going just to go, and then he wound up like ghosting me, and I saw he like posted he has like a live-in girlfriend now, so good for him.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling the
my
vibes.
goodness.
It's I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, well, he's 6'3", and my sponsor is like, and I'm like, he's 6'3". I was like, I'm trying, but no, like the dating is hard. Being sober and dating is hard. Especially it's like the whole like, are you gonna date another addict? Are you gonna date a normal person? Like, or normal person. I know some people hate that term, but
No, that goes all into it.
and there's such a like, and again, when I dated someone when I was around my year, and they were their version of sober. I'm completely abstinent. That's how I have to do it. I've tried a million different times to like not do it that way. This is what works for me. And I do always try to keep at the forefront of my mind, like what I do works. So like, I'm not going to fix what isn't broken, but I've noticed for like other people that they do other things and that works for them. And that's their recovery and how they do things. So I was dating this person. He was great. He was really good. But there were other things involved, and I was so new. I was so scared. I was like, I can't be around. Like,
I can't be around.
like I was like, I just had my year, like, things like that. And now I'm like, oh, like, it's an issue for me. It might not be an issue for you. My mom's a medic, and she called me one day, and she was like, I got a call. It was a domestic. This girl, she had relapsed. She was drinking. She was like fighting with her parents and whatever, and I don't know if it was like weed or Suboxone or something that she was doing, and then she went drinking. And I was talking to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, like, what if that's as, and I don't really like this phrase anymore, but I'm like, what if that's as sober as she's ever gonna be? I learned that with my dad. My dad would go to a 12-step program. He was on a Suboxone maintenance program, and people would tell him, shut up, don't talk. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to celebrate because that's not sober to us. And I spoke on this last time. My dad died of an overdose. I'm not blaming that, but like, dude, like that's some people like that's where they're at.
Yeah.
And like, it's not about me telling you got to be at here because I feel like I'm at here. I'm gonna meet you where you're at if I can, if it's not gonna harm me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I got on this tangent, but like that really bothers me. And dating. And so I broke up with the guy, and I like deeply regret it because now I'm like, I got my CERPA, I'm more educated, I'm doing my social work classes, and I see that like, at the end of the day, it's me and my recovery. Like, I have to keep that in mind. Like, everything else, like, I'll be okay, as long as I'm not, like, hanging out in a crack den again. Like, that would be alarming, But if I'm with someone who drinks or smokes pot or, like, take mushroom or whatever they do, but, like, they're considering themselves recovered, it's a hard line to toe.
It is.
And
especially with the opinions of people without, like, a lot of people have opinions without having any basis to back up their opinions. Because somebody will say they have a belief, and then I'll ask them, well, why do you believe that? And then they're just like, oh, just because my sponsor said that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, so what? It's fine, though. Again, that's also where they're at. But at the same time, I'm like, I like to... When I think I believe something, I'll believe it without any basis as I learn more about it, because that's what I want to learn and believe in. But, I think that every belief should have something more tangible or something deeper than, like, because someone else said it. You know, if you say, because that's what I want to believe, I would respect that more. You know, not that anyone needs my respect, but.
Or like has to justify like why. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the beginning I had to listen. I had no idea how to live my life, so I had to listen, and I didn't always listen, as we spoke about last time. I didn't always listen, but I had to do like what was suggested of me, and I did hold a lot of weight in what my sponsor said. Shout out to you.
Yo,
She's
yo.
amazing. I love her. But now, like, you know, I have my sponsor, I have my therapist, I have people I go to that I trust with certain situations. And I'm, you know, now coming into this part where I'm like, okay, now you have to make the decisions. You can't rely on someone else to tell you what to do. Like, you could take advice, but like, because there'll be things my sponsor says, I'm like, I don't agree with that. I had therapy this morning. My therapist was like, no, I think this. I'm like, you can think that.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't have to. Like, I don't
That's the
have
best part
to-
about it.
Yeah.
Because you have to come to that conclusion. Mm-hmm. So if she has any validity to what she's feeling and concerned about, you have to ultimately come to that too, not her. You know what I mean? So if someone says, I think, like, you know, plenty of people ask me or think, they're like, oh, you know, do you think that you're like, you know, maybe avoiding this or you're neglecting that? And like, you know, I have to sit there and be like, I remember my sponsor told me something. And he says, it sounds like you're doing this. And I was like, well, let me think about it. I had to think about it. And I was like, no, I don't agree. You know, and he's like, all right. And I was like, no, cool. Like, you know, I had to really think, am I really acting this way because of what he just suggested that it was? And I thought about it. And I really had to dig deep that moment. You know, he gave me a few seconds. And I was like, no, I was like, I don't.
And
So,
I'm sure sometimes you've been wrong, right?
yeah.
About that, you're
I've
like,
been wrong a lot. That's why I needed a lot. So I didn't know how I was feeling. And people told me, like, I remember when I was dating someone, I was really attracted to someone, and they weren't like new, you know, like, and they just broke up with a friend of mine. They broke up with they were dating a friend that I was friends with. They broke up with them, and we were hanging out and stuff, and it wasn't anything crazy, but. You know, I remember my sponsor at that time was telling me, he's like, oh, you know, you're being this, or like you're being manipulative, or you're being this and that. And I was just like, I don't see it that way. Like, I didn't see it. So maybe he was right, but his delivery was wrong, or was totally just not something that I was able to accept and absorb it. Yeah, when somebody comes that hard at me, I just close off instead of like, you know, and that's what I told you before. It's said for me to like deliver whatever I have is to be gentle. So I use the word gentle to be like, you know, how I deliver it. That way it could be like easier for someone to, you know, he had a bedside manner that like I was just like not okay with at that time. So
yeah. It's hard.
Everyone has their days though.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
he was
true.
he's a great person in general. But I'm just saying like everyone had their days where it's just like. Nah, I didn't. I could tell like something when that person was triggered, right? So if I'm trying to like help you or sponsor someone, and I'm like, and I get triggered, what's coming out afterward is just the bullets, right?
Yeah.
You hit the trigger, boom, the gun goes off. So all this stuff is coming out, and then that's when I have to realize it's not really me. It's not really like their fault. Like you know, and sometimes I may have to make an amends to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had made some amends. Do you think that you're gonna continue those dating apps or like the Facebook dating?
No,
you're done?
I deleted them. I'm so good right now.
Yeah.
I just got my first semester grades back full time. 3 A's and a B plus. That's wild. Like you should have seen. Like they had to like test my IQ in high school because they thought I was like not smart. Like, and I was, but I just like didn't go to school. So like I've never actually applied myself, and this is good. I'm like set up with my job, and which I love, and I'm set up with school. So like I really need to stop trying to like mess things up, you know, and like dating always does that. So
yeah, no, I hear that.
but like I don't have time. I don't have time to date right now. Like I'm always busy. I've had 2 weeks off. I've slept for them basically. Like I went out like 3 times, but I like other than that, I'm like wake up, work, school, let's go, write a paper, do this. Like, you know, there's always something.
Relationships are a real responsibility. Like when the kid wants the puppy, they want the puppy, but realizing you got to crate the puppy, train the puppy, feed the puppy, take the puppy out, play with the puppy, spend time with the puppy, teach it. Like that's what I equate relationships to. So it's like when I remind myself, like, like honestly, like even now, I don't think I can afford a relationship. I'm so good with just like everything, paid everything off, and like how I like my stuff like that. I'm like at this point, it's like I don't even know if I could really afford to like invest the money and time that it takes to that relationship. Forget the time, because like this is a human being. This is someone that like and again, hopefully, like I was telling my friend, I just don't want to date someone that like tries to make me their world, which has happened before. So like you were talking about that guy, and it made me want to think like, do you have any kind of, I don't want to say red flags or deal breakers or anything for you that's particular? Like for me, it's like if I see somebody that looks like they depend too much on me and that I'm everything for them, like that's something I'm gonna have to either stop or like talk with them, have a adult conversation, and be like, I see these things that I just want to like have a conversation with you, like
That's normally me in the relationship. That's where like my codependency lies. So I've been trying to work on that, which I think you need to be by yourself to work on that, like any red flags or things that I like require,
or like deal breakers, like you said before, like you thought it was well, actually
at that time it was a deal breaker.
It was a deal breaker at that time, and then later on you figured out later on it just evolved to like it was, and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
that's it. Because that worked. That was for me too. I had
deal breakers for me. I would have to say,
if they're under 6'3".
No. Like, that was so superficial. I was really feeling myself during those like 2 weeks I was on the apps. Deal breaker.
But that's the 6, 6, and 6. It's a joke. It says girls. He has to be over 6 foot, make 6 figures, and have a 6-pack.
No, honestly, like, and I'm trying to improve my standards. Like, just be freaking nice to me. Like, just like I don't care about that or the job or the money. I've never cared about the money thing, and like that's also gotten me into trouble. That's
what most couples get divorced about, though. Is this financial things. It is financial.
I mean, in this economy, like, of course they are. Like, I know people who aren't getting divorced because of how much money divorce costs. Like,
kind of play devil's advocate. It is kind of hard. Like, okay, so I went to two relationships that stuck out to me the most because I was trying to fix the other relationship with what the last one had said. Like, one was like, we went half and half on like a lot of stuff, and she didn't like that. So I started to pay for everything in the next relationship that I was in, and then they didn't like that because they felt uncomfortable that I kept paying for like everything. So then it's like, I was trying to find the right mixture of like what
it depends on the person. Like
do you think like the whole relationship, that if there's like, yo, let's go to Applebee's, and every single time you want to go out, they're like, I would love to, but I don't have any money, like, what I'm saying, with that, do you think that would wear on you, or do you think you'd be cool with that? Like
every time, like, we gotta go out once in a while, we gotta go out once in a while, but every time, no, I'm a homebody myself, so I'm like, I will literally order us Thai food, my new obsession. Oh my God. I will literally order us Thai food, and like we can watch a movie and just chill, and then like go for a walk like after. Like I'm very simple like that. That wouldn't bother me.
That's nice.
It would. I think like I had an issue. So there was one person, the really nice guy. He did try to spoil me, and it did feel uncomfortable because I was used to being the one to pay for everything. But I enjoyed that. I was like, oh, this is nice, but it's not something I'm like, oh, if you're not paying every time, I'm not gonna. I think that's a little superficial.
Yeah, it is.
For me, in my opinion, that would be. I do, when it comes to dating, I do hold more like, I guess like, I don't know if traditional is the right word, like, but yeah, like more like traditional like characteristics and stuff. I heard this one Italian lady who was like, the man is the head because the woman is the neck and she turns the head. And I was like, let's go. I like that, But again, that's something that's got to be, it's weird. It's a weird line to go because I'm an Aries and I'm feisty and I don't like being told what to do.
I'm a Taurus, so we're close by.
Are you fire?
No, I'm Earth.
Earth? Oh, okay.
Aries is fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm May 6th. You're April something, right?
April 10th.
Yeah. How I view relationships now, and kind of how like I've just had this idea in my head, and I kind of like this analogy. I think I told you about it with the sockets being like you have the outlet, and then you have the plug, and then like they work together. One, if they're separate, they don't work. You know what I mean? And I like that you plug them in together. It's like if I have two pencils, separately they can work. They're equal. They both write. You know, the one pencil doesn't need the other pencil to function, but a plug and an outlet, they need each other to actually function. On their own, they cannot function. They don't fulfill their purpose. And I think that that's how relationships are. So however the dynamics are in a person's relationship, I think that that's how that works. It kind of like the red flag thing. It's like, what is a red flag versus like what is just a situation? Like if somebody doesn't have money, it like that's not a red flag. A red flag is that they don't know how to handle money, and they're always in debt, and they're always asking people for money, and they're always like manipulative and sneaky, like.
And they're not trying to change it.
Yeah.
They're not trying to educate themselves on, okay, well, I clearly suck at this. How can I get better? Yeah.
Right. Somebody someone being poor is not bad. Someone, you know, having kids for some people, because people would say, oh, they got kids. That's a red flag for me. And it's like the kids aren't a red flag. It's are they a good parent? Are they like, you know, like if the person's like neglecting the children or like, you know, being abusive, and like those are like red flags. But the actual thing itself, like not having money,
the kids thing is a preference. I think I don't think that's a red flag.
No, I'm saying some people say that's a red flag.
Like just having a kid.
Yeah, some people, for them that's a red flag.
I personally would prefer not,
because they're like, oh, they're single and they have kids. It shows that it like their relationship didn't work out. So in that person's mind, because I saw this thing about red flags versus like situations, and that was one of them. Was like when a person doesn't have money, people call it a red flag, but that's not.
Is that like one of those stupid lists where it's like, oh, he gives me the ick when he wears flip flops, or like stupid stuff like that?
No, that I don't know, but that's funny though.
They're so dumb. Like it's
I'm not gonna love everything about somebody though. Like I'm sure like. You know, it could be even like the way they chew, or the way like, you know, things that maybe people don't like. And then you end up loving that. Because then if you fall in love with them, you're like, I hate the way they chew. And then that person died, you're going to miss the way they chew. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. So that's so sad. But we did a good episode. We really went on.
Oh, my gosh.
Longer than I expected. Okay. But guys, we talked a lot of good stuff here. And of course, I want you to come back, because I would love for you to look back on your past episodes and see how much you've grown or changed. Like, these are time capsules.
Cringed watching the last one.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
This one you flowed very well, and you just didn't even care. Even the lights, because the lights. Yeah, I didn't even know.
I forgot the camera was there.
Watching
oh my gosh! I hope I said nothing silly.
A lot of people listen on Spotify, so they just hear the voices. So, like you said, you know, you don't like your voice, but I think you have like a radio podcast voice. So
Let's go. Okay. Thank you.
Is there anything you want to go out? We usually have like a parting words or something.
Yes. Advice I've been trying to practice this past 2 weeks. Just because you feel it doesn't mean you need to act on it.
It's just a feeling. It'll pass.
Good. Might come back, but then it'll pass again.
Yeah. It's just a feeling. You don't have to act on it. How long do you want to give it? A day? Or do you... couple of minutes, couple of hours, or however long you need.
However long you need.
However long you need. Excellent. I love that. All right. Today's parting words is Thai food is amazing. Yes. You got to go get some Thai food. Go order some Thai food, y'all. Tell them that the Quiet Coyote podcast sent you. You might get a discount. You probably won't, but you might. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
So what's your podcast about?
Okay, this is making me feel really uncomfortable. Not like it. Is my mic on? Okay. Well then, let's go.
Hey, everyone, look here. Quiet Coyote. Quiet Coyote.